Hello everyone, it's me Hump, and today I'm gonna review Under the Mayo. Under the Mayo, why don't you introduce yourself to my fan base?
Oh, wait, you never said that I was going to be reviewed. What does that even mean?
I'm gonna sorry, I'm gonna interview you.
Oh my God, we've already gone off the rails.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna review you, I'm gonna interview you. Yeah.
All right, well, hi everybody. I'm Under the Mayo. I'm sure most of you know who I am by now. So hello, nice to be on the Hump channel again after my disastrous Fortnite stream.
Oh yeah, that was great. Yeah, incredible. So
those sneezing fits, that sneezing fit was real.
Oh yeah, dude, I remember like that that time I asked. No, you know what? Never mind. I'm gonna save this for later. We should get started on the questions.
Make a note of it so you don't forget.
No, I won't forget because it's like right. We'll circle right back to it. Are you ready for the first question?
You know, Hump, I think I am.
Okay, let's get this going then. First question: do you like big chungus?
You know, a couple years ago I would have said yes, but right now I'll just say that you sound incredibly dated.
Yeah, that's the thing I was circling back to, right? You know, because you started wheezing when I asked you more than that, and he was like, "Oh, my kids called me a chungus." You just broke down.
I'm sorry, man. This is desperate. I think I should go.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I get it. Next question.
Next question.
All right. Have you ever quick swapped your girlfriend?
Not girlfriends. No.
No. Okay. No, I understand.
Not girlfriends.
Yeah, I have girlfriends. Multiple, or just one, maybe.
Well, I mean, if I'm seeing a chick, then it doesn't make her my girlfriend.
I suppose.
If I have a girlfriend, I'm not quick swapping. But if I'm single, sure.
Oh yeah, okay. I mean, that makes sense. All right, next question. Are you regretting this interview yet?
No, I love you, man. I'm happy to be here.
All right, good. Well,
I want better questions, man. I'm here.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. There's a really good one coming after this. So, can you ask yourself a question and answer it?
The answer is yes.
Okay. Yeah, but what's the question?
Oh, okay. First question that comes to my mind that I would ask myself: have you done as good of a job as you can at being better?
Wow.
And the answer is no.
That is incredible. That is so insightful, and I'm sure a lot of people are gonna learn from that.
I've been very introspective.
I understand. Yeah. Okay. What is the worst thing you did while drunk?
I can't tell you that because it really fucked up an entire group of friends and how we all like talked to each other and hung out with each other and who was talking to who and
right.
I can't say, but I will say that at the end of the night it ended up with me drunk and almost all the way asleep inside of a literal doghouse.
That sounds, you know, that's at least like a silver lining, I guess.
I mean, you know, if you could choose to view it that way. But it was 20 years ago.
Oh yeah,
and I would rather that night have not happened.
I have those too. Yeah, I have that too. Well, the next question.
Sorry, I'm not going into detail.
No, that's okay, man. That's okay.
Maybe wait, hold on. So we're not speed running this interview. Maybe I can think of something else. What was the question again?
Yeah, what's the worst thing you did while drunk? But you can also like do something that like a worst thing you did while drunk that you can actually tell people.
That I can't actually talk about.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, okay. I mean, there's so many. God, I wish I'd seen these questions beforehand. I
yeah.
Because I know for a fact that I have some really, really entertaining and funny answers that I could give to you, but they don't really come to my mind because all the horrible things come to my mind.
Yeah, I understand. Well, we can circle back to it, and maybe if something comes up.
Yeah, if something comes up, I'll tell you.
Anyway, like the next question, you know, what is the best thing you did while drunk? Under the Mayo.
Best thing.
Yeah.
I've ever done while drunk. Oh wow. That's a really unusual question. I don't know how many people have ever asked that kind of question. The best thing you've ever done while drunk. Well, this is gonna sound kind of cheesy, I guess.
All right.
I don't have a single I mean, I have some pretty amazing, crazy drunk nights, but things that I don't, like they're a little too lewd to talk about.
Oh yeah.
So I think I would rather just say that in the years that I was with my ex-girlfriend, we used to drink a lot because we spent a lot of time just at home playing games, watching movies, and so we would always cook and just drink and play games together, whether it was Doom Eternal or it was Mortal Kombat or Streets of Rage or Sifu or Slay the Spire. Whatever we were playing, we were always drinking and always having a wonderful time together. So I think the best thing I ever did drunk was the quality time I spent with my ex-girlfriend.
So do you I mean, maybe that's a bit too personal, but do you like miss her a lot these days?
Ask away. Oh, I miss her every day. Probably the greatest regret of my life that I did not handle that relationship the way I should have in the first years when we were kind of casual.
Yeah.
And by the time it got serious, like the damage had been done, and it could never it never got to be what it should have been from the start, and a lot of that is my fault. And yeah, I miss her every day. We're at a point a couple years later where we talk pretty frequently, and hopefully I'll see her again someday. But every time I play a new game and I love it, I always look to my side and I think she should be sitting right next to me, and she's not.
Damn, that is kind of sad. Yeah.
I mean, it's sad in that it's a regret. It's something that I've learned from.
Yeah.
And I'm just happy that she's still in my life and someone I can still talk to. Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
All right. That's cool.
That's worth a drink right there. Cheers.
Next question is, if Doom Eternal were to add yet another weapon, what do you think it should be?
Oh God. If you should add a weapon?
Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter if it's like melee or a gun or whatever.
Wow, that's a cool question. I don't know. I think I might go the opposite way and say that it should pull back and remove.
All right. Which one do you think they should remove?
I would either say remove the ballista or Gauss cannon, or remove the standard shotgun, because I feel like having two shotguns is a bit redundant.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
And I mean, like, think about how much better full auto would be if the super shotgun didn't exist. Right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying remove the super shotgun. I'm saying pick one or the other. Play Shadow Warrior 3. There's no super shotgun, and that full auto shotgun is incredible because of it.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I feel like it's pick one or the other. And I think Doom games always have that issue of like, okay, you have a shotgun and a better shotgun. And I would also pull out the Gauss cannon and the ballista. Even though I love the ballista, I fucking use it all the time. I still have that mentality of Doom is not a long-range sniper game. That's more of a Quake thing. I've always had that view. And which is why I'm interested in the fact that the Dark Ages has eliminated long-range sniper options to pull you in closer, which is what I always tried to do with my brawler mode rules.
Yeah.
And so I'm more interested in removing than I am adding. But if I had to add something, I have to think of a gun maybe that I really like. How about the Shrink Ray from Duke Nukem 3D?
I don't know what that is, but
the Shrink Ray in Duke Nukem 3D, you could shoot it at an enemy, and it would shrink down to like the size of a toy, and then Duke would run up, and you could step on them and crush them with your foot.
That is incredible, actually. I don't know. I've never heard of that, but yeah.
Oh man, I'll send you a clip. It's so cool.
All right.
What a weapon.
Let's continue. So what do you think about the amount of orbs in Doom: The Dark Ages?
I haven't seen your video yet. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
It's
what are
every
these orbs?
It's like every projectile in Doom: The Dark Ages, from what I've seen, is just an orb. And
Okay.
I made an entire video where, like, it was an April Fool's video where I just shouted at my microphone about how they just have too many orbs in the game, and everything is an orb, and you have a weapon that shoots an orb. So
Yeah. I mean, what I like about it is that I love the bullet hell aspect of this.
yeah.
Because I mean, I love old school bullet hell games. I mean, shout out to my Raiden 2 fans in the audience, right? Because I mean, dodging slow moving projectiles is a really fun exercise and movement when they start putting more and more on screen, because it's not, if you'll see in the footage that it's not just the orbs as you call them, but some of those orbs are connected by energy beams, so you can't just stand in between them. You have to jump over them. So we have strafing, we have jumping over, we have parrying to reflect, and I'm assuming we have iframes during the shield bash, so we could dash through.
Yeah.
That's 4 different options to deal with projectile bullet hell. And that's not something that we have ever had to do in a Doom game. And
I can't think of any shooters that do it, actually.
I can't think of any other first-person shooters that have ever done it.
No.
I mean, there might be some indie titles that have experimented with it. I mean, there's millions of games. I'm not saying there's nothing. But in a mainstream one, no, absolutely not. This is something that you only saw in old-school arcade shooters. And you can go and you can find arcade-style shoot-'em-up, bullet hell games, whatever you call them, where you're dodging projectiles just like that, and that they also have different colored projectiles that you can reflect or parry or do something with. This is not a mechanic that comes from the Dark Ages. This is a bullet hell mechanic that has been placed into first-person shooters, and I find that incredibly interesting.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about it yet, but I guess I'll find out when I play it.
It's going to take hours. That's the thing. People are going to play this game for 2 to 3 hours, and they're going to go on Twitter, and they're going to be like, I mean, you know how we are now. Yeah. Gaming discourse has changed in the last 5 years. It really has. And so I think that the Dark Ages, with all the orbs and all of it, is going to take a while. And there may be some parts of the game that detract from the experience. I'm not saying there won't be. But I think it's going to be a growing experience, like an album from your favorite band that doesn't compare to your favorite one, so you don't really like it that much at first, but I mean, most people have had that experience, right? You listen to the new album from a band you like, and you're like, it's not as good as the last one, and so you put it away. But then 6 months later, you listen to it again, and you're like, oh, you know what? I actually like this song, or I like this song, and then they come to town. And you're like, you know what? There's a lot of songs from that new album that I want to hear at the concert. And I think the Dark Ages is going to be a lot like that. It may not live up to Doom Eternal for a lot of us, and that's okay. But like a band, like your favorite band that releases an album that doesn't live up to your favorite, there's still a lot of songs you want to hear live. I think the Dark Ages is going to feel like that for a lot of people.
Yeah,
that's the metaphor. That's the metaphor I'm taking to every interview, by the way.
I'm definitely going to have to get used to it, yeah. But I think it looks great. I'm just, I'm not as excited for it as I was before Doom Eternal launched. Like, Doom Eternal, I was literally counting down the days, but that's not so much the case here. But
if you would give me a moment, there's a comment I got today, actually, on my video about why I'm less excited. Plug in my own thing right there.
Did it mention orbs?
No, it did not. Well, I can't find it right now, but it said something about how with Doom Eternal, it felt like there was a hole that was being filled, that Doom 2016 left us imagining what more could there be.
Right.
And Doom Eternal filled that hole. And it realized the full potential of 2016. And it left us feeling very fulfilled. The game was over. It got 2 big DLCs. It felt like Doom was done, essentially. I mean, how many of us were expecting an original IP or a Quake game from id Software? As impractical as it would have been on a sales aspect. I think most of us were not, like, in our souls craving a new Doom.
Right.
It was more like, oh, okay, they're making a new Doom. All right, cool. Let's see how it goes. I think a lot of us had that feeling. And so it's hard for there to be anywhere near as much excitement as there was for Doom Eternal. And so really we just have to go in with an open mind, hopefully, and see what they have ready to deliver to us.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, It's definitely
totally
gonna be yeah, it is gonna be totally
it's got
different.
a whole different feel. I mean, it's still got Eternal's dude. I get these comments. Sorry, I'm ranting here, but I mean, this is an interview, so we're gonna talk. I get these comments of people saying like, "Oh, I hated Eternal and all the resource management. I can't wait to play the Dark Ages." And I just comment, I was like, the resource management is still the core part of the game loop, right? I mean, we're using the shield to get armor back. We're using melee to get ammo back, and glory kills to get health back, and then you refill your melee by doing parries. This is all one giant resource loop.
But it's fundamentally the same. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still the same player accountability, resource management focused game philosophy. We're either going to have people that go into this thinking that Eternal's philosophy has been thrown out the window, and then they're going to be incredibly disappointed, or we're going to have Doom Eternal haters going into the Dark Ages and engaging in the same exact Doom Eternal resource management philosophy and praising it and exposing themselves to being complete hypocrites.
Yeah. I mean, Doom Eternal was like very different to Doom 2016. It just kind of looked the same. But like Doom the Dark Ages looks very different. It's like a lot more grounded, obviously. So with Doom 2016 and Eternal, you can kind of see the similarities. Like looking at two screenshots from the games, you can kind of put together that's the same thing. But Doom the Dark Ages is like a completely different thing, like visually too. So
and I don't blame them. I mean, how long was Doom 2016 in development? I mean, Doom 4 was in development hell for years.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And then they finally put out Doom 2016, and then they did Doom Eternal. I mean, so you think of all those years where they're dealing with the same style and the same feel, right? And the same, like, I mean, like the imp design is the same. They had the same Hell Knight. It's just, I cannot blame them for wanting to be like, fuck, let's just go crazy and go with something that feels different. I mean, people are like, well, why do they run away from Doom Eternal's fast-paced weapon swap, crazy gameplay? I was like, because they were in it for 5 years. They were developing it for years before it came out, and then they spent 2 years dealing with it and updating it and monitoring it and playing it, and Hugo doing the live streams. How could they not want to go in a different direction eventually? Whether it makes us all happy or not, I think it was the right call. I don't need to love it as much as Doom Eternal. I just put out a video yesterday saying I think it's impossible for me to love it more than Eternal. And even if I play the game and I say, you know what, it was cool, I had fun, but at the end of the day, it's not really my favorite thing. I'm okay with me feeling like that if at the end of the day I also feel like it's a very well-made game.
Yeah.
If it's just a very well-made game that appeals to other people and I feel doesn't betray the solid design philosophy that they've been pushing for, then I'm okay with that. What I don't want is a game that just abandons everything and goes against what they've stood for years, which I mean, I'll sound like a simp, but with Hugo at the head, I just don't see that happening.
No, I understand.
We'll see. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Like, if I play Nightmare on my first playthrough, and I feel like it wasn't really that challenging, and I need to adjust the difficulty sliders to actually find a challenging experience, then I will find the game to be a failure in that regard, and I'll be honest about it. But I don't know, call me naive, but I have faith that a brand new experience that I have to spend hours actually getting accustomed to and learning, made by id Software with Hugo as the developer after over 10 years of doing this, call me naive, but I do have faith that experience will actually be fun and interesting.
I just feel like for a lot of people, the Ancient Gods Part 2 wasn't really a satisfying conclusion. They just
in many aspects it wasn't.
Yeah, but me personally, I really wanted more of Eternal. Like I wanted more DLCs. I wanted them to keep supporting it for years. Obviously, that's not really possible. Eventually, game sales are going to slow down and they no longer make money off of it. But I think that's like a lot of people have that, where they just wanted more Eternal, and then the Dark Ages was announced as like a completely different game, and they were suddenly like, oh my god, this looks like balls. This looks like fucking dog shit.
It looks like orbs.
Yeah, it looks like fucking orbs. It's just orb gameplay, and you shoot an orb, and it's just orbs and nothing else. And, you know, I do understand that too, you know.
We've seen a very limited amount of gameplay. We've seen, like 2 levels of the entire 22-level campaign.
Yeah.
But I mean, everything you just said right there, that entire sentiment was exactly what some Doom 2016 fans were saying.
Yeah.
They were saying, I just give me more Doom 2016. And then Eternal came out, and they were upset about it. Well, and now there's Eternal fans that are acting the same exact way, and I don't think that it's right to do that. I think that's kind of an immature stance to take. I'm sorry. Yeah, especially you can always, coming as fans of the game that changed the formula.
Yeah, you can always go back to Eternal. You know, like it's not.
Sure. We've got the whole modding scene. I was about to mention that. Yeah. Look what they did for us. They created an entire modding scene. So if you want to stay there forever, you can. I just played the demo of Metal Eden, and it's Doom Eternal. The impact that Doom Eternal has had on the scene, especially in shooters, you cannot be underestimated. I'm playing the demo for Metal Eden. Melee strikes give you health. Pulling out an enemy's core and throwing it at someone else will result in I think ammo. Absorbing the core and hitting someone with the melee will drop armor. It's just like Deadlink and Shadow Warrior 3. It's all Eternal. Eternal is going to be with us for a long time because that gameplay loop is probably never going to get old as long as people keep innovating on it. And so, I mean, why does id Software have to stick with it when the rest of the industry is already taking it and running with it? Let id Software push forward into something else, whether we personally enjoy it or not. And as for games coming out and being like the old one, I come back to God of War. God of War 1 and God of War 2 and God of War 3 they play exactly the same.
Yeah.
They're the same combos, the same launchers, the same magic settings, a lot of the same magic abilities, same XP system, same upgrade system, same execution system, the same style of level design and pacing. They're all basically the same game. And so they just took that formula and built sequels on what they had already done. And that's awesome. And that means that you can pump out sequels a lot faster. If they had made a Doom Eternal 2 in the same engine, with the same gameplay, they just made a new campaign of 12 levels and new bosses, they probably could have had it out in 2 years.
Yeah, definitely.
And I mean, that would have been cool. I mean, I would have loved it. But like Hugo says in interviews, it would have been treated like a DLC. Yeah. It would come out and people would be like, wow, it's fucking awesome. That's great. And after 2 weeks, everyone would stop talking about it, and it would disappear. And they don't want to do that. They want to put out something that makes a splash, that people talk about for a long time, that makes an impact. And you know what? And again, if I don't love it as much as Eternal, I really respect the approach.
Yeah, I was wondering, since you apply that philosophy to Doom Eternal and then Doom the Dark Ages, does that also kind of change your view on how God of War 2018 completely shifted from free or like the last game?
Pause right there. I'm going to get the bathroom and I'll be right back. Okay?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah. Does that perspective you have for Doom the Dark Ages and Eternal change your perspective on how they handled the God of War 2018 thing too? Since they did change the gameplay a lot and, it's not really a hack and slash anymore like the old games. It's more like a cinematic experience. They were going for something completely different. And obviously the game has flaws, like you mentioned in your video, but does this thing change your mindset about that too? Or do you still
It's interesting that you asked that question because that has been on my mind lately. I've wanted to talk about it, but I don't feel like it's worth an entire video to go over. But yeah, in a way, it makes me think about it like, oh, okay, I was complaining that you couldn't jump in the new God of War, and here you are in Doom the Dark Ages, and you can't double jump and dash anymore. And I think the context really matters because the gameplay of Doom was never defined by your mobility options. It never was. Look at Doom 1, look at Doom 2, look at Doom 3. Right?
Right.
You had no jump in the first two. And you had did you have a single jump in the first one? In Doom 3? I don't even remember if there was a jump in Doom 3. That's how little I think of mobility options when it comes to the first 3 Doom games.
Yeah.
It was really introduced in Doom 2016, where you got a double jump on level 5, and then you had occasional jump pads. And people are talking about Doom as being like a high mobility game. No, I don't agree with that. Doom Eternal was the exception. And so removing those options, I don't think that goes against what Doom stands for. When you had, you had 6 God of War games that all had double jump and air launchers and air combos. It was a hack and slash game.
Yeah.
Like Devil May Cry, like Bayonetta. And so losing it, okay, if we're going to lose it, what do we gain? What do we gain in place of it? What
I get what you mean. Yeah.
Was slow crawling across walls. All we got was slow crawling on walls without even any combat like they used to have in the original games. And it's like, I don't mind a new vision. I welcome a new vision. I went into I bought God of War 2018 the day it came out. I was fucking excited.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And I knew how different it was going to be. But what did we get instead? I mean, instead of a camera system that used to showcase the entire world's cinematography and show the entire battle, we got a camera where half the enemies can be off screen and you can't see what they're doing. Instead of Kratos being able to attack in any direction and move in any direction, you had to steer him like a tank so he could attack in front of him. Instead of earning XP to unlock things based on my own combo performance and keeping up good defense, XP was now awarded to the player in a completely random amount, no matter how well they played. If they had high combos and didn't get hit, or if they had no combos and got hit a bunch, you got the same amount of XP at the end. It was rewarding people for playing badly. And so I don't mind a change in vision, but what they put in the new God of War games, especially in 2018, I feel like went against what the original games were founded on.
No, I get what you mean. It's kind of like Doom the Dark Ages.
They were made for people who don't like to play video games. Yeah, and that's what I resent. That's what I resent about them. Sorry to interrupt you. Go on.
I was gonna say that Doom the Dark Ages is different, but it's not like it completely takes away the point of the franchise. But God of War made it into a cinematic experience rather than a gameplay experience. So that fundamentally changed what the games were about.
Yeah, it's like I said in my original review in 2019 that the difficulty selection menu tells you all you need to know. That easy mode is called Give Me a Story. Mm-hmm. And that means that's what they cared about. They just wanted to tell a story. And for as deep as the combat can be, and for as good as it feels, it does feel good to play. That was definitely not their priority.
No.
Or else they would have balanced it right.
No, it was definitely...
and I'm not saying the old God of War games are well balanced. They're actually pretty bad in their balance, but it's also 20 fucking years ago, right? Like our standards can get higher, and just the fact that XP is a random reward now, I think that alone tells you the poor design philosophy they had behind that game.
Yeah, I understand. How about we move on to the next question, if you're ready?
Yeah, sure. I know this was supposed to be a quick interview, but now you're getting a big old hunk of content for your channel.
Oh, it's no problem. I was already expecting things to spiral a bit with certain questions, so that's fine. So the next question: who is the jar of mayonnaise on your profile picture?
Well, that's me. If you actually here's the funny thing: the original Mayo icon was drawn as part of the Ketchup, Mayo, and Spud logo for the Doom Eternal podcast.
Yeah.
They were all drawn together, and I just took the Mayo and used it for myself because I needed something. Yeah. And the person that drew that Mayo knows me very well personally, and so the Mayo icon has evolved over years. But that original one, those eyes, those are my eyes, dude.
Yeah, see, that is a really compelling argument, Mayo. However, it would appear that your username is under the Mayo, and see, the face is not under the Mayo. So I'm wondering who is the jar, you know, because you're under the Mayo, but who's the jar?
Well, let's just put this whole thing to rest right now. You're gonna get the story of how I got my channel name.
All right.
I was working at a restaurant many years ago.
Yeah.
I had a table that ordered a hamburger or a cheeseburger or whatever, and they stopped me and they said, "Hey, can you put onions on the burger?" And I said, "Sure." And so I went back. They wanted something, onions or whatever. And so I went back to the kitchen. I told the cook, "Hey, table 33 wants onions on their cheeseburger." And the cook said, "Where do you want me to put them on the burger?"
Oh no.
And I didn't know how to answer that question. and I have 6 tables. I'm busy. I got to do all, soda refills. I have no time to think about this. So I just panicked. I said, "I don't know, just put it under the Mayo."
That's crazy. How that's just a normal sentence, and I just can't.
It's just a normal sentence.
Yeah.
And at the time, me and my best friend had this joke. We had this running joke where we had a list of funny expressions that we thought sounded like band names.
Right.
Like found asshole. Sounds, that's a good band name. Or sweaters on Monday. Sounds like a good emo band.
Oh yeah, it does. Damn.
Yeah, or this one was my favorite. Cinnamon fake out.
Cinnamon fake out. Yeah.
These are just things that we said, like, "Oh, look at the cereal, the cinnamon. Oh wait, no, there's no cinnamon." And then I say, "Oh man, it looks like you got hit by a cinnamon fake out." And then I'm like, "Oh, Cinnamon's fake out. That sounds like a good band name." Add it to the list. So we just had this list of funny band names. And when I said under the Mayo, it just kind of
clicked.
I guess phonetically, it just flows off the tongue. Under the Mayo,
Under
it's
the
really
Mayo,
easy to say. It flows very well, and so I added it to the list. And then a few years later, I was in another country, and I had a new job, and I started playing. I didn't really have any friends at the time, like local friends, so I started playing Call of Duty Black Ops, like 2010. And I started playing the zombies mode, and I made some friends, and also Wipeout HD, PlayStation 3. Shout out to my Wipeout. I love
Wipeout. Yeah.
So good. And I needed a name, so I picked Under the Mayo.
You just went through the list, and you were like, "Oh, that's a nice one."
It was just the one that was just on my mind, and people on Black Ops started calling me Under, and I was like, I don't like that. I don't like being called Under. But then the next year, Mortal Kombat 9 came out, and a lot of you guys know that story. I mean, that's the game that I started my YouTube channel on. I started making strategy guides, and started recording my local tournaments and uploading them for 20 views on YouTube, and started getting a few thousand on the Mortal Kombat stuff. And Quan Chi, I became a representative of that character, and people started calling me Mayo, or Under the Mayo and Mayo. And then it was just that from then on. And Mayo was just the name that people would call me. And so Mayo became the icon when I created the podcast of Ketchup, Mayo, and Spud. And so it became a jar of mayo that has eyes and a mouth. And so I'm Mayo, I'm the jar of mayo, but I'm also under the Mayo. Look, guys, it doesn't make any sense.
No.
I had no plan going into this. If anyone would like to make a 6-hour video calling me out for being a hypocrite for being under the Mayo but also being the Mayo jar, please, I welcome you. Please.
Well, I mean, a logo where a face is on the bottom of a jar of mayonnaise would make for a pretty shitty logo, I'd say.
That would be really.
Yeah. You want to know how I got my name?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I was gonna make a new channel, and I used to have like other channels that were Dutch, but one of them got banned because I was using subscriber bots and like bots. I was like 13, so anyway, eventually I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a new channel. I'm gonna make Doom videos and montages like OIF, and I went into the creator thing, and I had to type out a name, so because I was thinking, I typed out and I accidentally, I don't know how that's even possible because the P is so far apart from the M, but I accidentally hit the P, and then I was like, oh hey. yeah, that works, you know. That's fine. So that was basically it. That's how I got the name.
You know, that makes perfect sense for you.
Yeah, and I mean, like, at least people know how to pronounce your name. Nobody knows how to pronounce mine. It's everyone, like, Hugo Martin says himp, and this other guy is like HMMP. Like, it's just, yeah.
I just say
yeah, yeah. I also say hump. Like, that's just how you pronounce it, or hump, I guess. Hump is maybe yeah.
They're all fine, I think.
Yeah,
you are beloved in the Doom community, and that's the thing to be happy about. Who cares?
Yeah,
how to say your name.
Exactly.
You guys are gonna love the new Mayo icon, by the way. It's it's like the day Doom: The Dark Ages comes out, I'm gonna launch a new channel image. It's been in the works for a couple months.
Incredible.
I've got a new Mayo. I've got a new channel banner and end of video screen. I'm gonna have a whole new Mayo emotes, and it's going to perfectly reflect the last 5 years of the Under the Mayo channel. You guys are gonna love it.
Yeah. No, I mean that's great. I'm just never gonna change mine. Is all I'm saying.
Okay. No, dude, you should go big. Pay like $5,000 to some like incredible visual artist to do something huge based on your current image.
I think I changed it once, but it was like this manga I read had like a penguin in it, and I took the panel and I made it my profile picture. That's like the only time I think I ever changed it, and people were begging me to change it back.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, you gotta go big. You gotta go big with it. You have to do the full thing. Like when I updated the Mayo icons, I ran the whole gamut, right? I did the sad Mayo, the angry Mayo, the disappointed Mayo, the confused Mayo, the regular one. I did them all in the new style. Thank you to Brochacho on Twitter. You do a great job.
It is really cool.
I gotta do the whole thing. I gotta do every single icon again, which is a pain in the ass, but it's what you gotta do if you're gonna update your look. Anyway, let's get your next question, man. I'm sure people are getting bored of this talk.
Maybe. So, do you think you would survive getting shot by the Dark Ages gun that launches a bowling ball into your temporal artery?
What's my temporal artery?
That's like your head. It's in your head.
Oh.
So do you think you would survive that? Like that gun just blasting that fucking ball into your face, obliterating your skull? Would you survive that?
Dude, I had a full speed running fall in the street 3 weeks ago into a street that's paved in like mini stones that like protrude out of the street, and they dug straight into my rib cage. I almost fractured my ribs in like 3 different places, and I'm still having a lot of trouble sleeping, breathing. And so if that did happen, and I survived, I think I would say just pull the plug. I think I'll be done. I have enough back pain, leg pain. I've got rib pain now. If I took a temporal artery hit from the Doom ball and I survived, I think I might just call it quits. Do I think I would survive it? No, I would not call myself a very tough guy.
I understand. I would survive it. Obviously, I'm the greatest person alive. So,
of course you would.
Yeah,
right. You're already incredibly fucked up. So like,
yeah,
no
what can I say? You know? Yeah, I'm already too deep.
You'd sound the same, right? I mean, if you were incredibly brain damaged or not, I mean, how would people even tell the difference?
If I do have brain damage, it's either the amount of alcohol I drank or the amount of edibles I eat every week. It's one of those, or both combined. Right. Anyway,
and getting hit in the head with a giant projectile. I mean, what's the difference?
Yeah, it's basically the same thing. Essentially, it's just like it's instant instead of taking place over multiple years.
Sure.
Yeah.
It might even do you well, right? Maybe your channel
maybe
blow up if you're on here. I mean, that may be great.
Yeah, exactly. That it would just work perfectly for everyone involved, I'd say.
Orbs
gameplay. Oh, dude, we actually have this guy at work, and he's deaf, and he doesn't know how to talk, but he can like hear you if you have eye contact with him, because then he knows like you're talking to him. So he kind of hears it, and he kind of reads your lips. And like his colleagues, whenever he talks, they talk back like the same way he talks. So he's like, dude, you gotta do the dishwasher thing. And then he's like, then the colleagues are like, hey, what do you mean the dishwasher? They just talk back the exact same way. It's very funny, I'd say.
It's really cruel.
No, yeah, I should have mentioned this. He's in on a joke. He doesn't mind. They're like, it's a kitchen staff thing, so they're like more crude in general. But he doesn't really mind. It's a joke thing. But yeah. Anyway.
All right.
Yeah. Next question. Let's
Next
continue.
question.
Yeah. You don't have to answer this if you don't want to. I completely understand if you don't. But if you do, I need you to be honest with me. Can you do that?
Dude, I've known, how long have I known you? I've known you for, you came out on the scene in like 2021, essentially, right?
Yeah.
I've known you for like 4 years. Of course, you're one of my favorite people, so sure. I owe you
That's
honestly.
good to hear.
You've always been honest with me.
All right. Answer me this then. Are you the Bay Harbor Butcher?
No, I'm a lot cooler.
You're a lot cooler?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good to hear. I was kind of... I kind of thought you might be him, but if you're not, then, you know, you did say you were going to be honest. Okay, next question.
I am honest. Bay Harbor Butcher isn't even real, so that question is terrible. Like, you should have asked me if I'm the Zodiac Killer or something.
No, man. You don't think Dexter is a real serial killer?
Dexter is not a real serial killer. That's an actor, Michael C. Hall.
No, dude, they filmed all of it. They filmed all of it.
I know they filmed it, but I mean, this may be news to you, but things they film are not always real.
That's not true. How else would they have filmed it? If it wasn't real, then like they could have. They could.
They really filmed it.
Yeah,
right?
so it happened, right? What do you mean they're acting?
I mean, yes. I mean, it happened in a sense that it happened in the sense that it happened in front of a camera, but it doesn't mean that what they were doing was real.
They literally found the bodies at the bottom of the sea.
No, that's what you saw on the TV show.
Yeah, because they filmed it.
Right. Do you think that Lucille Ball actually worked in a chocolate factory?
Yeah, I've been there.
You have not been to the chocolate factory where Lucille Ball worked. That chocolate factory doesn't exist.
How do you know that? Maybe it does. They must have filmed it somewhere.
They built a set.
Yeah, to set you up into believing it's fake. Yeah, see? So you're going with this?
Okay, I'm not the Bay Harbor Butcher.
Okay,
I'm worse. Moving on.
All right, you're worse. Do you prefer beer, wine, or hard liquor? And which brand of those do you prefer?
Oh, jeez. You know what? I mostly drink liquor, but that's when I'm drinking at home. Right. But what I really love is artisanal beers, especially stouts. Dark stouts, like as dark as the night, black, thick.
Oh, dude, I got a crazy story for you, actually. I went, like, last week, I went to a city with my friends, and we were sitting at this cafe, and the waiter came up to us, and my friends, I went to the bathroom, and my friends ordered me, like, a 0.3% beer. And I told the waiter, like,
what?
Hey, yeah, as a joke, right? As a joke.
Okay.
So I asked the waiter, like, hey, do you know if this is, like, a real beer or, like, a zero alcohol beer? And he's like, oh, it doesn't have zero alcohol. And I tell him as a joke, like, I really need to know, like, I can't function for, like, 15 minutes without having withdrawals. And he goes, like, oh, well, there is beer in it. There is beer in it, you know? He didn't say it has 0.3%, but that was basically what it came down to. Eventually, he came back. I had a couple of beers, and then he came back, and my friend was like, yeah, this guy needs way more alcohol. He's starting to tweak. So the waiter was like, oh, okay, what if I just get you, like, I don't know what half a liter is for you, but either way, that's what he offered. He was like half a liter of stout, which is a lot. Right. Like, that's strong beer.
I mean, stouts can be very strong, yes.
Yeah, it was like 11.5, I think. So he gave me that, and I just chugged it. And I got so sick, I didn't throw up, but I felt so sick. And he was like, are you sure about this? Like, I'm really going to get this for you right now, you know? Like, I'm actually going to get it. And I was like, yeah, man, go ahead. I didn't even know what a stout was at that point, but it was like almost black beer.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy, yeah.
Like, that's like good shit. And 9 to 12% is usually what I aim for when I get stouts. Like coffee stout, chocolate coffee, peanut butter, s'mores stout. S'mores stout is the best ever. And I had one. What? Go ahead.
Is a stout like beer with flavors like caramel or something like that? Like it's
Yeah, it's s'mores stout is literally a thick 10% alcohol dark black stout that has the flavor of chocolate, graham cracker, and marshmallow.
that is absolutely crazy. I can't even imagine what that tastes like.
It's insane. It's so good. It's so good. It's probably the best beer I've ever had in my life. And then I also had one of the best beers of my life a while ago. I went to go see Olivia Rodrigo in concert. And before I go to any concert, I always go out to a bar like a beer import place.
Yeah.
They have a really nice kitchen where they have good chicken wings, like boneless wings. And they have of course, I went to McDonald's. I went to the McDonald's where they have a really nice import beer section where they switch out the beers every 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And they had a beer at this place that was called Coffee and Pancakes.
That sounds incredible.
And for anyone listening to this who is a fan of stouts, this was a white stout. So it's clear, but it's kind of foggy like an IPA. And the flavors were cocoa, vanilla, coffee, maple syrup, and tonka bean. Tonka bean. If you go look that up, it's like this black bean.
Yeah.
And it was 9.5% alcohol. And I had one of those, and it was a revelation. It made Olivia Rodrigo just all that much better having that stout. It made for an incredible night. Guys, you got to find that beer if you can. Import it, pay $20, pay $30 for it. It's worth it.
So it changed your life essentially.
It didn't change my life. It just made the night that much more better.
Yeah.
Not more better.
You want to go back to that right now, right?
I might. This weekend, actually, me and Abel, you guys, Abel makes the cameos on my channel. Me and Abel and Crom, the guy that does my art, we're all going out to a really nice seafood place for some coconut shrimp and some aguachile, which is aguachile is shrimp. It's shrimp cooked in lime juice. So the acid of the lime cooks the shrimp. It's really cool. Wow. We're going to do that, and then we're going to go to the beer place, and we're going to get that coffee pancake stout, and can't wait. Cannot wait. What a great interview. This has been so fun.
This is incredibly fun. We're not even, I don't think we're even one.
Are we halfway through the question?
No, not at all. I don't know how much time you have, but we're not even halfway through.
You said this would be close. 20 minutes.
No, I kept adding more.
And I was like, hey, we'll go as long as you can. Hey, who cares how long this goes?
Yeah, if you can keep going, then we'll keep going.
People will listen to it. Some people are here for it.
I can farm it for views. I can just cut it into pieces.
You're gonna cut it into 20 pieces,
like a pie, 8 pieces, like a pizza.
No, what? I interviewed under the Mayo. No, wait. I enter the Mayo for 1 minute each day.
Each day, exactly. That is. I'm just gonna brag about this. You have to admit that the 1 minute Doom Eternal series is the most genius thing I've ever done. I'm only gaining subscribers because of it. I was constantly losing subscribers until I started doing the daily thing, and now I'm only gaining them. It's insane. And I'm like, it's just this stupid series. It's just some I saw this guy on YouTube. He was like playing Minecraft hardcore for 1 minute every day, so he gets like barely anything done. And I was like, oh, what if I do that but for Doom Eternal? I was like, okay, it's just going to be a one-off joke. People love that shit. I don't know what it is, but
it plays into your personality and format perfectly.
Yeah.
It really does. I mean, you remember when you took over my channel?
I do.
That was one of the greatest moments ever, right?
I had such a thick accent there. I watched that again. Like, I started YouTube with like a pretty thick Dutch accent. I think it's a lot better now. Like I sound a lot more American than I used to back then. But looking back, I was like, oh my god, I sound so different talking like in a different language.
No, but that's a really good. It's a good format for you because it fits with your personality and your style and what people like about you. If I did the same thing, my subscribers would drop faster than they did with Ultra Kills and Elden Ring in 2022.
Yeah.
Right? It would be insane. All right? But you can do that because it works for you. So if it works for you, go for it, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care either way. I just do it for fun. And I stopped caring about how much money I make off of it a long time ago.
Sure.
But I love seeing how people react to things I say or something. Like when I make a joke and someone makes a comment about it, I'm like, holy shit, they caught on to it. Thank God. That's such a fun feeling.
There in my God of War Ragnarok review from 2022, there's a White Zombie joke.
Yeah.
White Zombie is a metal band from the late 80s to early 90s, for those of you who don't know. Rob Zombie. And there's a White Zombie joke in there that like 3 people caught out of the hundreds of thousands of people that watched that video. And I did it for them. I did it for the 3 people. That is
incredible.
It's so good. And some people are like, wait a minute, is that a White Zombie reference? Yes, it is. And I don't care how many people get it. You know, if one people gets it, is great.
Yeah, I had that recently. I made like a video, 5 reasons why Ultra Kill sucks. And you know how Limbo has like these you know how Limbo has these fake walls and shit? I was complaining about that. I had like 5 reasons why Ultra Kill sucks, isn't that? And at the end of the video, I stared at one. I walked up to one of those walls and I stared at it, and I stopped talking, and I had this Jack Stauber song play that like it's like this. I don't know if you know Jack Stauber, but he makes like these really obscure and weird songs and art pieces, videos essentially. And some people caught on to it. I was like, holy shit, that's incredible. And then other people fell for the rage bait and they got mad.
Wait, are you telling me that Ultra Kill players got mad?
Yeah, I'm serious. I know you don't have any experience with that, you know.
I don't know if I believe you.
No, I'm serious, man. Yeah, they actually, like some of them didn't know. You know what's also pretty funny? You know that, and you haven't watched it, but the Doom Eternal video where I shout about orbs. The top comment is like, oh, I forgot it was April Fool's, and still people just don't read that comment and leave a shit comment instead, where they're like complaining about what I said and how I'm so wrong about this and that. Even though the top comment, which they see the first, like that's the first thing they see, they still comment it. It's like, huh?
People are really sensitive and reactionary, and it's only gotten worse. If you don't mind me going on a little tangent here.
No, that's okay.
Ever since the Dark Ages era has begun, which is, you know, basically January this year on, there's been this influx of like Doom 2016 fans that hate Doom Eternal and hate Doom Eternal players.
Oh yeah.
And that's why I did that video of like, hey, you guys are not welcome here if you're just going to talk shit about, you know, the fan base and people who have followed my channel for years. You're not welcome. Go somewhere else.
Yeah,
I have no problem with saying that. But I keep on getting these comments of like, Eternal fans are elitists and they refuse to engage with anyone who has any criticism about Doom Eternal, and they're extreme and blah 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 blah. And look, in any fan base there are extreme weirdos. Of course there are.
Like under the Mayo.
Like me, of course. and I always come back at them saying that they're ignoring the history, because I will say that you know, in the years since Eternal, there definitely are too many people who are like hypersensitive to any criticism of Doom Eternal. Like if anyone says that they don't like Doom Eternal or they prefer 2016, then they kind of freak out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, like, you know, they snap at them. They say they're no good or whatever, and I don't think that that's the right approach to deal with criticism. And I wish there were fewer people like that, and I hope the people who are like that can mellow out. But I always come back at these people saying, you are completely ignoring the way that 2016 fans acted towards Eternal fans in the first year of this game. The amount of like screaming and pearl clutching and crying about the platforming, about the weak point system, about the resources, about the graphics, about everything about the game. The people who hated Doom Eternal were so fucking extreme and horrible and rude to the people who loved it. And they were, I mean, dude, you remember, they were actively lying about the game.
Yeah.
They're like, you can't kill the Arachnotron without breaking its turret first.
I don't even know where that's coming from. Like, what the fuck? Have you even played the game?
People who are actually respected within the shooter scene and that are supposed to know better were spreading this propaganda. And what they did, the way that they poisoned the Doom Eternal discourse, it completely like radicalized Doom Eternal fans into being hyper defensive over their game, because we got so used to every criticism of the game coming from a place that was incredibly disingenuous. If someone was criticizing the game, nine times out of 10, they were either completely wrong or they were intentionally being dishonest because they were assholes.
Yeah.
And we had to deal with that for a year, 4 or 5 years. We're still dealing with it. There are still videos coming out today that shit on Doom Eternal for saying that they're forced to kill the Cacodemon with a sticky bomb.
There's no way.
When they can just ballista super shotgun, kill it in a fourth of the time and get armor back. Like, it's obvious bullshit. And in the same exact video that they make the argument, they show gameplay of them doing that. And so, like, we've dealt with so much disingenuous criticism that the community became radicalized against criticism. And that's not a good thing, because there are things to criticize in Doom Eternal. It's okay if someone prefers another Doom game or other games to Doom Eternal's combat loop. It's okay. But when they come at it and they say that this is objectively shit because of blah, 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 they're always being assholes about it. They're being disrespectful. They're lying about it. And so we have this reaction of, you suck, you don't know what you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. And we tend to throw that same attitude at people who don't deserve it. And so people are coming into the videos now and they're like, Eternal fans always act like this. And they say that either ignoring the history that radicalized them or out of ignorance. And I don't say ignorance insulting. Ignorance just means you don't know, right? They don't know how the community had to deal with this shit every fucking day from people who are just absolutely crazy and horrible. That they don't understand that reaction actually has a history behind it. Like many people in all aspects of life who might have an extreme reaction to something because there's a historical context that maybe you're not considering. And so I've had to deal with that a lot. And I don't know how we got on this, but that is something that has been on my mind, and I've really wanted to kind of get out there. And I hope people are keeping that in their minds during this discourse.
I'm gonna just say that, like, the people from my generation online are dense as fuck. I don't know if you know what dense means, but it's basically like anything that you don't like just sets you off. It's like you're irritated constantly, and you see something like, oh, they said something wrong, I'm gonna call them a faggot about it, and I'm gonna tell them that they're stupid and gay just because I don't agree with their take. And that's basically what happens. And I too have done that in the past, I'll admit that much, but like it's just a bad mindset, and people are just set off a lot quicker, it seems like. They're just pissed off so quickly about little things.
Yeah, I mean, everything's very, very reactionary and immediate now.
Yeah.
I mean, Twitter makes everyone respond in short bursts. You know, people communicate their entire personality through images and Instagram now. You know, short TikTok videos. I mean, you and me come from different generations because of our age, but I mean, I keep up on the news of how students are acting in schools these days. I see it, and as a competitive tournament gamer in my local scene, I know people across all kinds of generations. I've got friends that are 20 years old. I've got friends that are 55, right?
Yeah.
That are like old school Street Fighter 2 players. And so I'm a lot more connected to across generations than I imagine most people are, unless you have children of your own.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see it, and I don't want to judge it because I think it. While I do think it is something that is encouraged more, it is more of a problem today. I think it is more encouraged because that's how you get engagement. I think it's in all of us because as much as I try to temper myself these days, I mean, I still have my explosions. You guys can watch my Silent Hill 2
Yeah.
review if you want to see that. I still let it go here and there, but and it's fun. But I mean, I still have that dark side of me. I'm not gonna name it, but there's a channel that I really, really respect, and that channel put up a post or a video about a game that they absolutely love, but it's a game that most of us think is shit, and I think is shit. And I made a comment just a few years ago. This is, maybe 2022, 2023. I've been in YouTube for several years.
Yeah.
I've dealt with shitty commenters. I know what it's like when people are shitty. And I went onto their video and I made this comment about the game, and it was really, really insensitive
And awful.
to what they and I was being awful to them.
Yeah.
And this person responded directly to me in the comments saying, "Wow, like I woke up today and this is the worst thing I could have read today." And I was like, "Wow, like this is a person. This is a person with real feelings and a real life. I don't know what's their fucking mom could be dying of cancer tomorrow. I don't know what's happening in this person's life, and here I am laying out onto them, just like all the horrible shit that I think about how they feel about this game that they love." And I reached out to them. I said, "Hey, you know what? I'm really sorry. I think that maybe after years of just constantly dealing with people being horrible online, that maybe I've just fallen into that habit, and I'm really sorry for what I said, and I have no place in like trying to make you feel horrible about something you love, especially if you're not insulting people, who don't like it. If you're just talking about why you love it, who am I to come in here and call you an idiot for liking something?" And that was a real shift in my perspective and my approach. And like, it's a maturity process. I equate it a lot to how I felt about Chris Stuckman. Chris Stuckman is a YouTube movie reviewer. Some of you will like him, some of you won't. And that's fine. But I was watching his movie reviews. I liked his stuff in the early days. And then I saw him do a review on the RoboCop remake from 2014, and he liked it.
Yeah.
And my reaction was, how the fuck could you like this garbage? Right? Because I mean, that remake is fucking horrible and insulting. And I swore off his content for years. I'm like, I'm not watching this motherfucker anymore. He liked the RoboCop remake. What the fuck does he know? And I think all of us have that reaction at some point, especially when we care deeply about something. We feel something we love has been incredibly disrespected, and we see someone actually liking it. Then we have that reaction of fuck this guy and anything he has to say or they have to say. And then, 5 years later, I started watching Chris Stuckman's reviews on some stuff, and I'm like, oh, you know what? Like, I actually like what he has to say about this. Or, you know what? I actually agree with what he says on that movie. Oh, wow, I watched this indie movie. Chris Stuckman watched it too. Oh, wow, he actually liked it. Cool. So, and like, I was kind of, I don't know, I was humbled by that experience.
Yeah.
Where, and Hump just sent me a message with his loud ass typing that he has to pee.
Yeah.
I actually have to pee. I actually have to pee too, guys.
Dude, let's just both go for a fucking pee break.
Let's take a pee break. We're gonna We're gonna play Down with the Sickness.
Quick commercial for the new Ultra Kill update, and then we'll keep going.
New Ultra Kill update.
Yeah, directed by Under the Mayo.
Down with the Sickness being played at 400x speed. Here we go.